belongs on. Hope you're finding everything you need. Oh, please, take a look. Thanks for coming in.
If you're in the market.
Hi, I guess.
Yeah.
What's powering that thing? You know what? Just hold still while we do the contraband check. And complete. Enjoy your stay in New Atlantis.
fewer people. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss them. They've got you doing grunt work, Captain. Hardly the reward I'd expect for saving the city from a terramorph attack. Admirable. I bet qualities like that are precisely why you've moved so quickly up the ranks. But I'm sure stopping a terramorph invasion didn't hurt your case. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis. Take the Nat to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done. Ahem. There are other matters that require my attention eventually? Good luck with the mission.
Yes? You needed something?
Have a nice day now.
How's the investigation going? Good work, Captain. Suffice to say, you were overqualified for this job. but given our staffing problems, I'm still glad you showed up. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign? Well, I have you now, so I probably won't hire another person for a while. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know.
Your file says you have a military background. Well, don't embarrass your old outfit. Stay out of trouble. Have a good one.
Oh, I was hoping we might run into one another again. Your timing is most fortuitous. I'm on the verge of something, but I don't quite have all the information I need. You have no idea how much I appreciate that, truly. Of course, now that I understand more about what's going on, it seems plain as day, and yet I never would have imagined it before. The tertiary trunks have also liquefied their interiors, but they're not vibrating. I thought perhaps they're listening. It means it is ready to reproduce. I believe this tree is sending vibrations out over massive distances and expecting to detect sympathetic vibrations in return. As of yet, there's been no response. I suspect that will not change, that a response is impossible, and that's very, very bad news. My thoughts precisely. Now, as of yet, there has been no response, and clearly none of the nearby individuals are a correct match. While it can't be ruled out that the intended recipient of these messages was cut down during the city's expansion, there is one other possibility. Over 100 years ago, the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective emerged from the Narian War. As a gesture of peace and goodwill, a near-literal olive branch, one of the trees from New Atlantis, was offered to the leaders of Aquila City. Nice. Short-sighted and ill-advised, in my opinion. Of course, you can't just uproot a native species and plunk it down on some other planet in a totally different environment and expect it to grow. Clearly, no exobotanists were consulted ahead of time. The end result was wholly predictable. The tree died within a few short years. Clever, but no, not necessarily. The tree died, yes, but branches were kept. At least one still exists in the museum there in the city. If I had that branch, I could get DNA samples, and then using various data I've gathered, I could attempt to simulate a response. We could then broadcast that response and hopefully calm down our friend here. But as I say, I need that branch. knew you would understand. The museum in Aquila City is under the supervision of one Miss Kassler, I'm told. I don't know anything about her, but hopefully she'll be willing to listen to reason and assist our cause. All right, off you go. We don't have any time to waste.
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're gonna do a quick scan for contraband. You could be on your way. That's all we need. You're cleared for landing at Aquila City.
Got a freighter coming soon. No time to lose.
Everything you see here is a piece of Aquila City's history. Welcome to the Co-Heritage Museum. That is not something I expected to hear today. I assume you're somehow associated with the United Colonies? I've received some odd messages of late. Most in the collective aren't overly fond of MAST or the UC in general. I tend to share that sentiment. Lost a cousin in the colony war, you know. Well, I'm afraid you've wasted your time because I'm not authorized nor particularly inclined to release any of our pieces. That includes 100-year-old tree branches. Sorry, but it's staying in storage. Hi! Please feel free. I hear what you're saying, but I'm afraid it's out of the question. Now you're just trying to confuse me. It's a dead branch, and it belongs to the museum. I'm no fan of the UC, but I still don't want anyone to get hurt. Go on, keep asking. I still won't hand it over. I can't just hand out museum exhibits to anyone. It doesn't work that way. If this isn't some sort of hustle, go talk to Earl Fulton. I believe he may still have some leftover scraps. That, of course, is a different kind of hustle altogether.
Step right in, ma'am, and
surprised
feast
there's a
your
place
eyes on
like
the
this in the
marvelous
kingdom.
attractions of Honest Earl's Alien Extravaganza. Welcome, welcome! Let me ask you a simple question, friend. Are you prepared to see something so wondrous and strange that you're sure never to forget it? With pleasure. We got animals from the deepest, darkest corners of the settled systems. What you'll see will delight and amaze. Just a modest fee, and you can feast your eyes. I envy you, truly, for this opportunity. Step right through this door and take as long as you like perusing the menagerie. Oh, and please don't attempt to feed the creatures. In fact, it's best if you don't touch them either.
I can read the sign.
Of course you can. But can you believe your senses? Creatures great and small from the furthest reaches of the settled. Honest Earl, that's what folks call me. Confound that woman. I paid good credits for that lumber, which, by the way, she was just going to throw out, and she has no right to say otherwise. Why, if I had a receipt, I would gladly produce it. And after all that, none of my exotic beasts would even touch the stuff. In the end, I'm the one who was robbed. You don't say. Well, my friend, you will be happy to know that this is your lucky day. I do indeed still happen to have some of that exquisite hardwood and would be willing to part with it for just a few credits. I'm thinking perhaps, 500 credits ought to cover the storage expenses, not to mention what it'll take to purchase alternate food supplies for my exhibits. I think that's a more than fair deal, don't you? Wonderful, wonderful. Now, let me just see if I can locate some of that wood. Ah, here you are. Well, pleasure doing business with you, friend. Take care now.
Here, in the stretch?
Yes, right here, right now. Things...
City has what we need. Have you paid a visit to Miss Castler in Aquila City? Earl Fulton? I have no idea who that is. Hopefully he's trustworthy. Well, I'll trust your judgment. And beggars can't be choosers. Let's give it a shot. Now, I just need a moment to analyze this and synthesize an audio response to our friend here. Right? So we'll feed in a sample. Now the program will encode incorporate the genetic and chemical makeup of the sample, extrapolating the size and structure of the original tree. This was put together rather hastily, so complete accuracy is impossible. But I'm hoping it's enough. And there it is. Our best hope for a positive solution to this mess. So, we now have a simulated response to our tree. All that's left is to play it. Oh, I'm quite certain you couldn't achieve the necessary register. Far too low for human vocal cords. I've been forced to listen to this SSNN kiosk chatter incessantly this entire time. I think it could be put to better use. We don't have time to go through the proper channels, but if you can find a terminal and get this uploaded into their system, it might do the trick. I have no doubt that you will.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
We're close to the action. Prime position to report on the big stories that affect the United Colonies.
Done it! I'm already seeing reductions in the strength of the vibrations. The tree is calming down. I can hardly believe that worked. I don't know. We've been in uncharted territory this whole time. That doesn't stop now. With the immediate crisis hopefully over, I can slow down and review everything we've learned. And certainly, I'll be keeping a much closer eye on our friend going forward. And you have saved this tree and advanced our scientific knowledge of our environment. Noble work across the board. You have my gratitude and that of every citizen in New Atlantis, though they don't know it.